able to overpower them with just their hands. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to carefully roll my hands around the base here like this. Get a nice firm grip right here. Then I'm going to carefully work my hands up to the front, where I can then rock back like this. So this doesn't hurt the animal any, it just further constrains how we can move. From this position, this alligator can no longer roll out from underneath me. Because if you try to roll, a couple of bad things can happen. Either you can start to roll, throw me off, and land on my side. That'd be a perfect range of the strike. Or you could continue rolling until he ended up on my back. He was showing you guys how to hold my mouth shut. But anyway, probably the most important thing to know about getting on an alligator is how to then get off of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to check behind me, make sure none of his bites slick up on me. And since the coast is relatively alligator free, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover up his eyes, make him think he's dead. Then one smooth fluid motion here, I can just force his head down as I jump off the back. So kind of like that. So that's basically alligator wrestling, everyone. Then I would like to point out another thing about these animals. It's going to be the shape of their teeth. You guys notice his teeth there? Kind of conical in shape. They're very round and pointed. With a tooth of that nature, an alligator or crocodile, their teeth aren't designed for biting and chewing like our teeth are. Their teeth are designed more for gripping and tearing. So in the wild, after they kill their prey, what they're going to do is they're going to grab a hold of that creature, then they'll start to shake violently back and forth until they tear a piece that's small enough for them to swallow. And if they're equally hungry crocodiles around, they too will grab a hold and start to shake. So out here at the Reptile Gardens, if we were just come out here and feed out one large piece of meat, kind of like they find in the wild, you'd see quite a few injuries, as these guys tend to get quite careless, especially when feeding. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to make my way back here to these doors, grab a bucket of chicken, and then I'll show you guys how we feed them. So I'll be right back out.
That's the alternative to feeding.
Alright. So we do feed these guys every show, and in doing so, really wouldn't take them that long before they start to associate me with food. Not much longer after that before I became food. So to avoid that, we've taught them to associate sound and a visual with being fed. This bucket here is that visual, and here comes their sound signal. So we're kind of like a dinner bell. Let them know that dinner is served. So, as you can see, we've got a couple hungry crocs and gators in here. I'm going to be feeding out chicken, but these guys will eat any kind of red meat, fish, or fowl. Here, buddy. And because of the placement, because of the placement of those eyes on top of the head, an alligator or crocodile, they can only see the chicken when it's up here in the air. As soon as it drops below their jawline, they can no longer see it. Then it becomes a matter of feeling around for it. If you notice how they roll their heads over to the side like that, they do that simply because their heads are too big. That's simply because their heads are too big, their necks are too short for them just to simply roll forward and pick it up. So they're going to be able to find that chicken when it's underwater. They can't swallow while it's under there. That's because that tongue valve there prevents them from doing so. So what he did there, he grabbed that piece of chicken and bring it up above the surface before he was able to swallow it. Alright, we got a couple more pieces of chicken here. We'll go ahead and try to feed some of the ones on this side of the island, see if any of these guys are hungry. It's looking like it. If you guys notice the chewing motion he's making there, it's not really chewing in the true sense of the word. All he's really doing is repositioning that piece of chicken in his mouth to then be able to swallow. Alright, so that was the last piece of chicken I had for these guys. You might have noticed I didn't have nearly enough chicken to feed all the animals out here, but that's really not that big of a deal. Like all large carnivorous reptiles, these guys can go for amazingly long periods of time without eating. In fact, with the population now of crocodile only eats one substantial meal a year, that's during wildebeest migration. So for these guys out here to miss a show or two or even a whole day of feeding, so you're not going to hurt them any. In fact, what I've heard it compared to is for one of these guys to go 2 to 3 months without eating, it'd be like us going from breakfast to lunch. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now, just step back here again, wash off my hands so I'm not going to smell like their food. Then I'll be right back out with one last surprise. So you guys will just hold tight, I'll be right back out. So I'd like you guys to meet Fluffy. Fluffy here is a 2-year-old American alligator. Alligators are going to be egg-laying reptiles. Females will usually mature about 5 or 6 feet in length. Now when these little guys are hatched, mother alligator will usually protect her young for up to a year. There have been a couple cases where the mother alligator has to protect this year's young from last year's young. So when these little guys are hatched, they're fully equipped to hunt. They've got these razor sharp teeth and they'll eat just about whatever they can get those little jaws around. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to tape up Fluffy's mouth, because don't let that smile fool you. He's really not all that nice, and he would bite your eye if you was given that chance. So I'm just going to tape up his mouth, then I'll bring him right here between this fence line, just in case anyone wants to come up and pet him. Otherwise, that does end the alligator show. Thanks for coming up to the Reptile Gardens, everyone. Please enjoy the rest of your day.